Well, hello. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv. Today, we're in the office at home with our Santa mug, being festive. Oh, that's good. Well, let's see what we got going on the channel this week, shall we? Welcome to Morning Coffee. Maddog Merv today.
Got our French roast this morning
Bagel.
again. No wonder I'm a big fat guy. I mean,
And then
holy
they
cow.
I always had a schmear. A schmear.
So he's probably going for bagels. He's trying to steal.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
I have no clue.
And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that?
For today's shout out, it goes to a channel called History X. Now, you know, I love history, particularly military history. And this channel I came across because I was looking into some Pearl Harbor stuff. And poof, they've got some very interesting things on this channel, so check them out. History X. So last week on the show, we looked at the festive decorative ornamental bush that I have put up here in the office, along with some other fun Christmas things. The idea behind it was really to hopefully inspire folks to, you know, either decorate their office, decorate their man cave, you know, whatever, and just maybe it's something that for those of you who are into modeling would think, oh yeah, maybe, you know, I haven't ever thought of something like that. So, you know, hopefully it's helpful. The piece that we did on the, what was that? Not the Juno, the Atlanta. That Very Fire kit. That thing is awesome. It really is a great kit. Very Fire. I really like what they're putting out nowadays. No kit's perfect. You know, that's just, you know, kind of how it goes. But this one is very, very good, and it will go with the other cruisers I've got. I've got a San Francisco around here somewhere that's like 60% complete. It's painted and it just needs all of its upper works put on. I've got that Birmingham, which is about, again, 60% complete. I've got a Guam, which is a battle cruiser, for lack of a better term, that is not started yet. And then, of course, this. So this will go good with the cruisers once I get the cruisers all together. So anyway, hope you found some value in those. Well, for Pearl Harbor Day this year, I had to do something, and I was going to put out a piece on the Arizona and some of the controversy around the colors that are on the Arizona, that were on the Arizona for the attack. But I just ran out of time to get everything organized and together. I have the Vestal that has been sitting in a box for, I don't know, 15 plus years. It's been a while since I built it, and I put it. I was smart enough to put it in a box, bubble wrapped, so it's pretty well protected. But there were still, I mean, just sitting out there on the shelf, what little movement it gets, there were still a few little pieces that had fallen off. So I was quite surprised when I opened it, and of course I had to build a display base for it. There was a lot of stuff that was incomplete on it. Just goes to show that in 15 years, the research that's available, with the internet, the knowledge that changes, and there was a lot of stuff that I knew I needed to fix on this ship. So still doing it, still working on it. I got a few fun little things in, like some 3D printed ventilators that look really good on it. But I've been working on it pretty diligently for the last couple of weeks, and I will continue to work on it till I get it closer to where I think it needs to be done right now. But at least it's on display, and you know, it's part of the collection in here. So coming up this week for the main show, I think I'm going to do, this is an older video that I have never really put out. I haven't finished the project like so many other things. It's sitting in a box, painted and ready to be finished. You know, probably take about 10 hours to finish it. It wouldn't take long. It's just not something I'm, you know, doing right now. But anyway, I thought I would show you folks how I painted how I would paint a candy paint job on a resin car body. So yeah, we'll mix things up just a little bit and throw that in tomorrow, looks like. And then on the kit hoarder stash, we've got a lot to choose from. And I said that I would do during this month. I'll do one every Thursday. So we had the Atlanta the other day. I do have coming up sometime this month a 700 scale 3D printed ship that's from that SS model that put out the E110 tank that I built a while back. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a quality deal, I'm sure. So we'll be reviewing that one sometime this month. I've got Granny's Hot Rod, which is the Beverly Hillbillies car, you know, Granny's car. And then when Jethro hot rodded it up in one of the episodes, you can build either version. So we're going to look at that. I've got those kits again that I picked up recently that were, you know, we started, or bad decals for a real good deal. And we'll go through some of them. So I'm just not sure which one we'll do this Thursday, but check out the stash on Thursday. There'll be something there. So a couple things. Yes, I got my stand in. Yay. So, you know, we're not moving around the phone all the time. And I had to get a new phone. I tried to get things downloaded to my computer so I could wipe the old phone and kind of restart it and see if it was a software issue with my camera. Never could, even with the technical support that I got from the company. Just never could get that done. So I bit the bullet, went ahead and got myself a Christmas present, upgraded my phone. So I now have a decent, you know, camera, which I need. I do need to use it more effectively, that's for sure. You know, I do have a gimbal, and I do need to be using it. Some of the times when I'll do different walk-arounds, like these model ships and whatnot, it's just far too, you know, bouncy and jittery, and I know that. It's just my gimbal is somewhere else when I'm doing that, so I need to buckle down and start using that more. So anyway, hopefully the quality of the videos will be getting better. Let's hope here in the near future. So what else this week? Yeah, there was Pearl Harbor Day, which was a big day for me. I had a sick grandson at home, so I just spent the whole day home watching different commemorative videos. Some of the documentaries that have been put out over the years. Good to see some of my old friends from back in the day. People like Dan Martinez, who was the head historian there at Pearl Harbor. Well, at least he was. I don't know if I've kind of lost track of Dan in the last, honestly, the last 5, 6, 7 years. We had lunch together in Atlanta several years back. Wonderful, wonderful gentleman. You know, if I ever grow up, I'd want to be Dan Martinez, you know, kind of thing. At some point in time, I had thought that when I retired, I would go over to Hawaii and volunteer time at the museums. You know, maybe do data entry or something for them. Just, you know, something where I could be there and be around, you know, the history. So far, that hasn't happened in my life. Don't know if it will or not. Would love to go over there though and do that. I did have the opportunity, so many years ago, and we've talked about the Western Military History Association and those good friends of mine that live here that have been a part of that. And through those associations, I met people like Dan Martinez, like John DiVirgilio. You may have heard of him on some of these documentaries. You'll see him, big Hawaiian guy. Big John has actually moved off the islands and is now in Thailand. found it cheaper there to live. So there's a connection that I don't have in the islands anymore. He was a school teacher. He's just an awesome guy. He's the gentleman who took me over to the USS Utah. He and Dick Fisk. That was a very memorable time meeting Mr. Fisk. He was Captain Benion's on the Virginia. He was Captain Benion's bugler, and he was a Marine. He later served on Iwo Jima. Dick was a very amazing man, and I was privileged to be there on a December 7th, where once a month he would go lay a wreath there on the memorial, and I happened to be there that Sunday when he did that. The wreath was paid for, has been paid for, and I guess continuing on by a group of Japanese flyers who were actually part of the attack on December 7th. So anyway, Pearl Harbor Day is a big thing for me, and being somebody who studied a lot of it, have gotten very close with like I said, through my history group, being very closely associated with some of the big names in the business when it comes to the history of Pearl Harbor or the camouflage on the ships. Guys like Steve Wiper, who makes the classic warship books, series of books. Tracy White, who is a huge authority on those things. John Schneider from Schneider and Short, big color, color chip. They do a lot with the color chips. Being able to, call on those resources for questions and answers on things is, it's wonderful in my book to be able to do that. Dave Aiken, who, one of the leading authorities on Pearl Harbor history. I've done some study work under him, and yeah, I've just been very, very blessed to be able to have these kind of connections. So when I pass stuff on, particularly about the ships and Pearl Harbor and whatnot, it's not just my opinion. It's not just something I got off Google. Not just something I'm parroting from, something off the internet. This is all due through my association with these wonderful people and calling on these, these experts for, advice and answers. So I enjoy it. I really like the Pearl Harbor history. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope that you have the really, really good week this week. I'm going to get back to doing some work on some of the ships in here. I've been upgrading some nameplates. You see the nameplate on the Lexington back here. I upgraded the one on my Louisiana, and then I did the one on the Washington. In fact, let me show you those real quick. So there's the Louisianas, and there's the one I did for Washington. So I kind of like this style, so that's why I'm continuing to go with it. And you saw the one for that I did on Thursday. So, all right, folks. Well, have a great weekend. See you tomorrow.